Hey everyone! Today I wanted to do another tosser or keeper video. This time I'm going to be doing all of my drugstore foundations. I'm also going to be throwing in a few BB creams as well. First I wanted to talk a little bit about my skin. My skin is combo, so it's either combo dry or combo oily. So it kind of goes whichever way. Every day my skin can change what it is. So it could be oily one day and the next day is going to be completely dry. So I have a good mixture of foundations. Also, if you have dry skin or you have oily skin, I believe you can try any of these foundations. You just have to take the right steps to try them. So if you want to try out a foundation that is matte but you have dry skin, I highly recommend you exfoliating really good and also putting on a really good moisturizer before you put the foundation on. And same thing with oily skin. If you have oily skin and you're wanting to try one of the dewy foundations, just use a mattifying primer and also touch it up with powder throughout the day. Definitely set it. And I think that you could also try the dewy skin foundations. So anyways, I am going to just start reviewing all of these in no particular order and let you know what I think about them. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are my Garnier BB creams. I talked about this in my previous video on my spring must-haves, and I reach towards these whenever the weather gets a little bit hotter and I want something a little bit lighter than a full coverage foundation. This is a full coverage BB cream, so highly recommend this. I have this in two different shades. One is medium deep and one is light medium. So I can mix them together and get the perfect shade for me, so I'm definitely going to keep these. Next is the Rimmel BB Cream in Matte. This has an extreme orange tint to it, so it doesn't even match my skin color. I don't see how it would ever match my skin color. I have never tried this, but I have put it on the back of my hand. I'm not a huge fan just from swatching it, so I'm going to go ahead and toss this one. Next is the Super CC Plus by Physicians formula. This one again was not life-changing. I heard people talking about it and it was kind of hit or miss. For me, it was definitely a miss. I have the shade light, but it is very dark. So I think Physicians formula is notorious for that they don't have very many shades to choose from. And whenever you choose one that you think is right for you, it typically is not. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and toss this one. Next is the Flower BB Cream. This is another full coverage BB cream. I've only tried it a few times, and from the few times, it definitely wasn't a miss for me, but I'm not sure that it was really a hit either because I don't remember it too much. So what I think I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to hold this and do a review on it and see how it wears, how I like it, and then I'll let you know then if I'm going to toss it or keep it. Next is the Maybelline Dream Pure BB Cream. I love this. It has salicylic acid in it, and it's a lot more sheer than the Garnier BB cream, and I really like this whenever I'm really not wanting to put much on my face, but I still want it to be a little bit, evened out. So I like to keep this on hand. I don't wear it all the time, but I definitely like to have it if I do want something that's kind of a really sheer to light coverage. I'm going to keep that one. Next is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Treatment Makeup. This is definitely for dry skin girls, but I have worn it and it hasn't made me oily, but it has definitely made me dewy. I'm not sure how I feel about this foundation yet. It's very new to me, so I'm going to keep it and try it out a few more times, maybe do a review if you're interested, and let you know if I'm going to keep or toss it. Next is my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation. Y'all probably heard me talk about the powder foundation, and I absolutely love the powder foundation. This is definitely more geared towards normal skin, I would say, normal to even dry skin, because this makes me a grease ball at the end of the day. And like I said, I'm not super oily, I'm definitely combo, but it is gorgeous if you have dry skin. When I have dry skin and I wear this, I just absolutely love it. It gives me a really pretty natural finish. So I'm going to keep this on the days that I'm just really dry. Next is the Maybelline Superstay makeup. This has been compared to the Revlon Colorstay, and I would say they're about right, but this is definitely a really good medium coverage, and the Revlon is more of a full coverage. I do like it. I think it lasts all day. I think that this is perfect for normal to dry skin girls. Oily girls, you're definitely going to have to set it. But yeah, I'm going to keep this one. It's brand new to me and I really like it. Next is the L'Oreal True Match. Now, I'm sure that y'all have heard so many people rave about this, and unfortunately, it did not work for me. This is a great foundation if you want to mix it in with maybe a thicker foundation, but for me, it made me very oily. I think this is great for normal skin girls, even dry skin girls, but if you're oily, it's probably going to make you even more oily throughout the day. But like I said, this is great for mixing if you have a really thick foundation or a full coverage foundation. You can use this to kind of just shear it out maybe just a tad bit. I'm going to keep this just for mixing. Next is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. This is great for normal to dry skin girls. It has been compared to the NARS Sheer Glow. I have never tried the NARS Sheer Glow, but I know that I love the way this makes my skin look. This is great for those no makeup days. I really, really love this foundation, and I highly recommend this for all skin types. Just remember, if you're oily, set it with a powder, and you should be good to go. Next is the number 7 Lift and Luminate foundation. I hate this foundation right off the bat. Whenever I pump it out, it's so weird. I don't know how to explain it. It looks like oil is in it, and it's kind of broken up, and it doesn't quite match me. For some reason, number 7 foundations have the worst, besides Physicians Formula, color selection that I think you can find. I don't like this. I don't like what it does for my skin. I think this is very comparable to the L'Oreal Lumi foundation, and the Lumi foundation is 100 times better than this one. So I'm going to toss this one. Next is the Revlon Age Defying Firming Lifting Makeup. This is definitely for dry, aged skin, also maybe normal skin. It's not a bad foundation. It's just not a foundation that I really reach for. So I'm going to go ahead and just toss this. Next are my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundations. Again, there's a lot of hype about these right now, and they're just not my favorite foundations. However, they're not the worst either. So I really want to keep this and keep working with it and see if I can try to like it. The reason I have two shades is because these foundations are the hardest to try to find your color for. I have gone through 4 different colors. I returned 2 and kept these 2 because these were the closest to my shade. This is definitely good for oily skin girls, normal skin girls. If you have dry skin, you need to exfoliate and moisturize very well, and I think that it could work out for you as well. But anyways, I'm going to keep both of these. Next is my Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse Foundation. I used to use this when I was in high school and I loved it. It gives a very flawless coverage. I'd say it's a full coverage foundation. This is great for normal to oily skin girls, I believe. And I'm going to toss this though because if you can see, the consistency is kind of weird. And whenever I put it on my skin, it doesn't blend into my skin. I feel like it kind of balls up, and I don't like the way that feels. I don't like the way it looks. So I'm going to toss this. Next is the Covergirl Aqua Smooth Foundation. This is definitely for those dry skin girls out there. It's a good foundation. It gives you a flawless coverage, but it's not a foundation that I really reach for. It's not a foundation that's really talked much about on YouTube, but it is good if you have dry skin, but it's not my favorite. It's not one that I reach for really ever, so I'm going to go ahead and toss this one. Next is the number 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation. This is my most matte foundation that I own. However, the color is completely off. It gives me a gray tint, and I don't like to look gray. So I'm going to toss this, but if you have super oily skin, I would say run out and see if you can find a color in this. I believe there's only maybe 6 or 7 colors, so if you find your shade and you're super oily, you're going to love this foundation. But it's very hard to color match, and dry skin girls, stay away from this. But I'm going to go ahead and toss that foundation. Next is one of my Holy Grail foundations. It's a newer foundation, and it is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I absolutely love this foundation. In quite a few of my last videos, probably about my last 2 videos, I have been wearing this foundation, and I absolutely love it. It doesn't make you completely flat matte to where you just kind of look lifeless. It definitely has more of a natural matte kind of finish. I absolutely love this foundation. It lasts a really long time. I think that all skin types can wear this foundation, but it is geared towards um, oily combination normal kind of skin. So I'm going to keep that one. Next is the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Oil-Free Makeup with Salicylic Acid. I really like this, especially in those times where I'm having a hard time with my skin. It's nice to know that I am putting on makeup that is also supposed to be helping my skin as well. This is a full coverage foundation. I definitely say this is for oily to combo skin girls. Dry girls may not like this. It is a little bit drying because of the salicylic acid, but if you have problem skin, this is a great foundation to try, and it also is kind of helping your skin as well whenever you put it on. I'm going to keep that one. Next is the Flower Foundation. Let's see. It just says Flower Foundation. It's LF7. So I think this is the Luminous Foundation. This really truly is luminous, and I like it, but the color is too dark for me right now. It's for whenever I'm more tanned. So I'm going to keep this. This is just a great foundation, gives you a little bit of glow. This would be great for mixing into thicker foundations or more matte foundations to kind of give you that glow. So I'm going to keep this one, and hopefully this summer I'll be able to try it out a little bit more and let you know what I really think about it. Next are my CoverGirl Nature Lux foundations. These are super old, so I'm going to toss both of these, but it has the most amazing scent. And they don't make this foundation anymore, so I don't know if you can even find it. So I'm not going to spend much time talking about it, but I am going to toss it just because they are so old. Next are the Rimmel Stay Matte foundations. These are both the same color. I'm not sure why I have two of them. This foundation is kind of like the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse foundation I was just talking about. I've heard a lot of people rave about this, but it's just not my favorite foundation. I know that my mom really likes this foundation, so maybe I will keep this and give it to her. Oh, and by the way, this is definitely for oily skin girls. It is super matte, super full coverage. Next are my Revlon Colorstays. I have three. I have three different shades, and I have one that is the, what is this? Normal, I think this is like normal to dry skin, the one with kind of a clear top, and these are the for oily. I haven't used Revlon foundation in forever. This was my first drugstore foundation that I ever purchased. So I don't really know how I feel about these anymore because it's been probably about 3 years since I've tried Revlon foundation, the Colorstay at least. So I'm going to keep these, and I want to do a review, kind of a foundation routine, and see how I like it. And I will let you know what I decide to do with these three. Like I said, this one with the clear cap is for normal to dry skin girls, and the one with the just black cap is for oily to combo skin girls. I know that that foundation is a very full coverage foundation though, so if you're not wanting full coverage, you're not going to want to put that on your face. Next is the Maybelline Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. I really loved this foundation at first. I thought it was beautiful. I just loved it. A little goes a long way. It's full coverage. It kind of turns into a powdery kind of finish. This is not for dry skin girls because it clings on to every single dry patch that you have. If you're oily, you will like it, but it's not going to last very long. This is really just a foundation if you're going out to dinner and you want to put something on. This is great because it gives you a flawless finish. I don't like this. I've tried to use it a few times since I bought both of these colors, and they're just not working out for me. So I think I'm going to save these and see if my mom likes them. And yeah, so these are going to probably be tossed. Next is the Revlon Photoready Airbrush Effect Makeup. This is the newer version of the other one they have, which I will show you in a minute. And this is terrible. I hate this foundation. It has glitter. Like the other one, everyone said had glitter or shimmer. No, it had nothing compared to this. If you put this on your face and you try to wipe it off, you will have glitter on your face forever. And when you're wearing this, it looks great from a distance. It looks great in videos on camera. But if someone looks at you and is talking to you and having a decent conversation, like a decent amount away from your face, I mean, they're going to see all the glitter, and it's terrible. I hate it. They should not have reformulated the other one, and I'm going to toss this one. This one is one I was talking about. It's the Revlon Photoready foundation, and I actually really love this foundation. It's great for dry to normal skin girls. I'm not sure that you can find it anymore. You may be able to find it on Amazon, but they have kind of done away with this one and replaced it with the one I just threw away. So I'm going to keep this one and finish it up. I love it. If you can find it, I definitely recommend you trying the Revlon Photoready foundation, especially if you have dry to normal skin. Next is my True Match Lumi by L'Oreal. I have 3 different colors. Foundations that I really like, or if I find foundations on sale, I always pick them up. I don't know why, I just do. I love foundations. It's my favorite thing ever. Anyways, I'm wearing the L'Oreal Lumi today, and I wanted to try it out again and see how I liked it, and I'm actually really liking it. I've been going more towards a more luminous, glowy kind of look. So this is great for dry to normal skin. If you have oily skin, which I am having oily skin right now, I use the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and it's working great for me, and it's been on, let's see, it's been on for probably about 5 or 6 hours now, and it's still looking great. So I'm going to keep these just so I can kind of mix and match for whenever I'm different colors. Next is the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation. This is my backup, and this is the one that I'm still using. This is a little bit thinner. Well, it's thicker in consistency than the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Foundation, but it's lighter filling on the skin. I'm indifferent when it comes to this foundation, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do half my face with the liquid makeup and half my face with the whipped makeup and see which I like best and kind of do a video comparing the two. Next is my Wet n Wild Coverall foundation. I really like this foundation. It's a super cheap, affordable foundation, so if you are kind of, you know, don't have a lot of money to spend on foundation, this is awesome. I have 2 different colors. One is super dark and one is a little bit lighter. I'm going to throw away this dark one because I don't know why I have this one. And I'm going to keep this color because it is a great foundation. It feels great on the skin. I really do like it. I'm surprised with Wet n Wild that they are able to pull off such a cheap, amazing foundation. So I'm going to keep this one. That one's great if you have normal skin or dry skin. If you have oily skin, it will get more oily throughout the day. So like I said, just use a matte primer. Next is the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. It's a little bit lighter than the CoverGirl Stay Fabulous foundation that I talk about all the time. So if you want something that is very comparable to the Outlast, but you don't want it to be as heavy on the skin, definitely give this a go. It keeps me matte all day long. This is great for oily skin girls or normal skin girls. So yeah, highly recommend this foundation as well. I'm going to keep that as well. Next is the older formula of the Lasting Finish and the newer formula of the Lasting Finish. These are the same product, just repackaged. This is the newer packaging. This is the older. I like the older better because there's a squeeze tube. This does not have a pump. However, this is amazing foundation. It stays on all day long, not 25 hours though. And it's great for dry skin to normal skin girls. If you have oily skin, it will make you oily, more oily throughout the day, so bring some powder with you or something. But I highly recommend this foundation, and again, it's super affordable, and I'm going to keep all of these. And the last one, I'm not going to spend much time on because y'all already know how crazy I am over my CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. This is my absolute holy grail foundation. I will never part with these. The only time I will part with these is when I run out of them, so I'm not going to get rid of these. I think this is great for all skin types, especially if you're oily or normal skin. And yeah, so that wraps up my foundations. I feel like I still have a ton of foundations, but that's okay. I love them. I use them. So next video will be all of my high-end foundations, so stay tuned for that. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.